Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. This is Ninth Legion. Let's play some more Banished. So this is continuing straight after episode 4. Yeah, we're still going strong. Food still remains a worry, but we've got lots of cabbages coming in. So that should be pretty good. Yeah, cabbages are definitely that little bit faster. I thought they weren't, but looking at that again, they definitely come in faster. So maybe we should turn this into cabbage. Maybe we should just be a cabbage town. Hey, we could be like the birthplace of that cabbage guy from the Avatar series. If you guys watch Avatar. If not, then you'll think that's a very strange thing for a person to say. There's a gap in our road there. Just noticed that. There we go. I fixed it. Don't worry. Now, we still need these buildings completed. There's not much to be done about that. Just got to wait for people to get up there and do stuff. We're in the middle of summer, and yeah, the cabbages are already coming in. That's really nice. The squash. Talking about cabbages and squash so much, it's just this game has suddenly turned into the cabbage and squash daily update. But yeah, we've got lots of resources here still together, and like I said last episode, I'm thinking about a bridge across here, or maybe across here, to open up this area so we can start grabbing everything. And that'd be quite nice. Sometimes it's very easy to end up with a very regimented town, lots of straight lines and just, you know, copycat buildings, you know, streets laid out the same way, in the same order, and it gets a little bit boring when you play like that. You want something a bit more exciting and dynamic. By spreading over the water into these new areas, I think it makes the game look a lot nicer. And when it looks nicer, I think it's better to play. I mean, looks aren't everything. Obviously, the gameplay is enjoyable, but yeah, it's just nice. How are they doing? Yeah, still bringing in lots of stuff. That's good. Wood is, yeah, we don't have to worry about wood for a while now. Which basically means I will forget about wood for a season or two, and then suddenly we'll have massive wood problems. I hate it when I have problems with my wood. I think someone brought over a single log in the time since I last looked over here, which is fantastic. And the AI pathing does have some issues here. I'm not sure if it's pathing. Pathing might not be the right word, but basically they cleared a whole bunch of rock that was here to make stone, and what they then did is take all the stone down to the town. But it was already here, and they need stone. So that's a bit of a shame. Could have been a bit smarter, really. We're still fairly healthy. I was going to say happy. We're very happy still, and we're still fairly healthy. 4.5 out of 5. So I'm happy with that. They're happy with that. Everyone's happy. It's good. Unfortunately, we just play the waiting game until we get a crop of students graduating. We can't really expand much. This might be a quiet episode. Maybe we'll just watch the deer. If you notice, they don't actually swim. They just kind of walk across the bottom there. If you see a little baby one, I mean rather a really small deer, they just kind of go completely underwater. But as I said in the first episode, this game was made by one guy working on his own, and I think that's very impressive. I certainly couldn't do anything like this. And there are many reasons for that. One, no, I could never make a game like this. Secondly, I don't know how to make games. I don't even know how to code. But I think it's very impressive. I think just, you know, it looks good, it plays good, the mechanics are great, really. Of the mods that are out there, there are quite a few mods for Banished. But basically they just add more to the game. They give you more buildings and more options, especially for later in the game. They don't play around with the basics too much, and I think that's because it's a solid start. It works really well. It does what it wants and needs to do. I mean, after I finish this series, you know, once we hit some undetermined point and say, right, we're done with this series, I will probably do another one with some of the mods running to show you the differences, because some of the mods are great. I do really enjoy them. But I didn't want to use them on this series just because it's nice to see the vanilla game, especially if you've not heard of or seen the game before at all. Late autumn, with a bit of early frost and snow on the ground. Yep, there we go, lots of snow in this area. So how efficient were we? This got 620 cabbages, not bad. That got 239, and this got 336. That's suddenly jumped up a lot. It's been 240 for the past couple of years. And then now it's suddenly 336. Not sure why that would be, actually. I thought it was a static figure. So I'm a little surprised by that. Okay. Well, I'm not going to complain. How are we doing on... Yeah, a lot of our houses are very full. But it does look like our students are getting older. I'm seeing 15 and 16 and 17, and I think it's when they turn 18 that they become fully educated workers. So hopefully we should start seeing a crop of them come through in the next season or two. Or 3, possibly. If I'm right. If it's longer, if it's 20... We'll see what happens with Elias. They are 17. Let's just wait and see what happens to them as the seasons tick through. We have got 10... Yes, Elias has become an adult and is working as a labourer. That's great. So it is 18. So that's 8 years of education in that little small building. It's kind of impressive, actually. Okay, so now that our students are coming into adults, we can really start thinking about expansion again. And with his 8 years worth of education, Elias would be great to start working in one of these buildings. If someone would please come and build them. Maybe they're just too far away. I'm not sure. This is getting slightly ridiculous. Someone has delivered all the logs now, but none of the stone. Possibly there's just too much other stuff that needs doing. But I keep telling them to prioritise it, and they keep... Well, they just keep not doing it. Apparently they seem to think I'm some sort of benevolent dictator, and I assure you that is not the case. We do have quite the population at the moment. 28 adults, 11 students and 15 children. I mean, people are still having babies, and we haven't really increased the amount of food we're bringing in apart from those cabbages. So, we'll see. We will see. But yeah, we're doing okay on everything else. Still lots of logs. That harvesting we did over here was great. And as you can see, there's already new trees starting to sprout where we chop them down. So we could leave that area and sort of be a sustainable harvesting forest. We could put a forester's hut there so they can plant trees for us. What are you bringing? Are you bringing logs? Yeah, you brought some logs up. Okay, so very slowly we're getting there. There was a person there, but I don't know what she was doing. Excuse me, miss? Hi. What are you doing? You're idling. Well, that's very disappointed. Disappointed? Disappointing. I'm very disappointed in you. You're being very disappointing. You're working. I think you're carrying stuff. Let's have a look at you. What are you carrying? Can I see? You're carrying more wood. Okay. Well, I can't really complain about that. It's slowly getting done. We've got another student becoming a labourer, so that's good. So we are over the education hump, as I like to call it. And it's a thing that... The education hump, when you start with schooling and start bringing people in, it's something that can really kill off a lot of towns. Because you can't expand during the area unless you turn off the schoolhouse, but that just delays it, really. You've got to have enough people, and I think the magic number is around 25. That should keep you stable enough to get through the education hump, and then you can start expanding again. And, yep, okay, we are sowing the fields again. That's good to see. Doing pretty well on resources. For what is still a fairly small town, we're doing very well on resources. So the only thing I want is a bit more food. And all of these are fully staffed, as is our fisherman's hut. We could build a fishing dock. That would also be a quick... Actually, screw it, let's build another fishing dock. Where do we want to put this one? We can put it right next to that one. I don't think there's any harm in that. I don't know if there's a bonus for them not being right next to each other. Let's put it over the water there, just in case there's some sort of... there's definitely not an adjacency bonus. It would be logical to assume there would be some sort of adjacency negative if you have two things working the same plot. And because this is so close to town, yeah, I can see people are hurrying to bring all the stuff. Yeah, I think it's just the distance involved. They really don't want to come up here and build these places. So they're collecting berries. I don't need berries. Well, no, I do need berries. But finally, the hunting cabin, which started second. I don't know why. Finally has everything it needs. And I think once we get one of these buildings up, maybe when that's complete, we'll start building more housing. We will build some houses in this area, because everyone who works here, if I show you again, is still living down south in the main of town, which means every day they have to get up, go all the way up here, work, and then come back. And that's a bit of a waste of time. It probably keeps them very fit, you know, it's good for their hearts and that, but as we are hovering at the brink of starvation, that's probably not the best thing in the world. Now the only thing is, as we don't actually have any food stored at the moment, as soon as we build new houses, they're going to be empty. They won't have an inventory of food. That could be a problem. And I'm going to bump that up to 500, so we've got plenty of firewood in for when we do build the extra houses. Eventually we will need another woodcutter. I think the woodcutter can only produce so much in a season. It is just one person working on their own. Yeah, see, that house quickly ran out of food. They grabbed some roots and some fish. But we are really hovering on the edge there. Yep, there we go. Alright, let's get some of these labourers. Students are becoming workers now. So we really should have lots of people running around collecting everything. Yep, that building is complete. We just need... There we go. Who are you? Gainer. You are my two favourite people right now, Gainer and Dural. You can get these buildings done for me, I will be a very happy dictator. Excellent, we've got 4 labourers and 4 builders now, which means we can get these buildings staffed up quite quickly as well. There we go, the hunting cabin is done. And as you might just see there, one of the workers at the other hunting cabin has moved over here as well, which does make me think they are more efficient if not placed directly on top of each other. So we've got 4 hunters now spread across the 2 buildings. Yeah, so there's 2 here and 2 here. Yep, and I'm going to max out on... yeah, we'll go for 6 gatherers. The gatherers' huts are very effective. If you look at how much this one has made, you know, how much is produced, that's over 1,500, that's almost, what, 1,800 units of food? They're fantastic, they really are. And this fishing dock is almost done, so let's get rid of a couple of builders, and let's have a couple more fishermen. There we go. So again, we've got, I think that's 6 fishermen, yeah. So 6 gatherers, 6 fishermen, and 4 hunters across 2 of each building. That's great. Hopefully we'll start to see a big increase in food. We are still showing a bit of a negative, but we've got this harvest coming in. And I did say I was going to start building some new houses around here. So let's drop one there. And one there. I don't want to go too nuts with this. If we get a sudden population explosion, we will have lots of trouble with food. I also really like the ambient weather effects. The sound of the rain and thunder. It's really quite nice and relaxing. If you don't like rain and thunder, then it's probably not relaxing at all. And worst case scenario, probably makes you want to pee a bit. But I like it. Yeah, so you've got a 22-year-old living with his parents still. That's kind of sad. And yeah, we have got these buildings are out of food. The occupants aren't starving yet, but they are running out of food. If you see here, we've got 6 gatherers at the moment. We can have up to 8, and I think that's the first thing I'm going to max out with the next couple of people who become available. So, yeah, we are hitting the starvation. Let's get another gatherer quickly. There we go, 7. Let's screw it. 1 builder, 1 labourer, and everyone else is working in food production, basically. Fishermen would also be a good thing to max out next, because they are so close to town. Very short transit times for the things they need. And it's autumn, so we're not going to get any more crops in. In fact, I think I'm going to get rid of the squash. It uses people we could use for something else. So if I remove that, yep. Now we've got 1 person out of a job, and that person can become a fisherman. Yeah, someone is still hungry. There is food in the storehouse. Just go get some food from the storehouse. You'll be fine. Now, one thing we can look into building is a town hall. There we go. It is quite an expensive building. 62 wood, 124 stone and 48 iron. So we don't even have enough stone for that at the moment. But it does allow us, it does give a much better picture of what we are producing and consuming. So that might be something to do. Also a chapel, or the chapel is good for happiness, I believe. Damn, someone died from starvation. One of our students. Oh dear. Come on, there is food in the storehouse, just go get it. Oh god. Oh god, okay, right, we have... yeah, I think an entire household just starved to death. That is disappointing. I thought we were going to do better than that. Possibly we need to really ramp up food production. That's a shame. Now, the thing is, we don't actually have a cemetery. There's nowhere to actually put these people when they die. So maybe we should rectify that. It's not very expensive. And I could put it right here in the middle of town. And the cemetery is too small. Okay. So I can't put it in the middle of town. I don't really want to put it next to the schoolhouse. That's a bit grim. Let's put it up here a bit. It's a 10 by 9. Can I get 10 by 10? Yeah, let's put a 10 by 10 cemetery. So that's going to be 36 stone, which we do have. And it's a little bit away from town. I mean, everyone's going to have to walk past it on their way to work, but... you know, what can you do? So we will need a builder, so... that was a shame. I didn't think we were going to get hit that hard. Let's get 1 more fisherman up. There we go. Got, yeah, 34 adults, 11 students and 7 children. If we pause quickly... no, that's your gatherer. Oh, you must not have been educated. So you're 3 seasons away. Yeah, it doesn't look like we're going to be getting too many more people anytime soon. Which is a shame, but we will do our best. Just really need to get some food. Those houses are under construction. they will be, but yeah, see, no food. So everything is currently stored is going to get nicked and taken to there. And the same will be true for that one, but it should increase our production, just because people won't be travelling so much. So we will see how that goes. These places are working. How you're doing? Wow, 520 venison. That's pretty good. How about you? Yeah, you're bringing in a fair bit. Not as much as the other place. We could do with another gatherer to max out both buildings. The cemetery is not yet complete, but we're still doing okay on firewood and tools, and we have got spare clothing, so it's ups and downs. A few people might be starving to death, but, you know, at least they died fairly well dressed. And on that slightly depressing note, I think I'm going to call this episode. So, thanks for watching, leave a like, leave a comment, feel free to subscribe, and I will see you later. Bye.